Envision overseeing a $335 billion empire, where opulence isn't merely a way of living, but a declaration of dominance. Welcome to the hidden realm of Qatar's richest king. Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani was born on June 3, 1980, in Doha, Qatar, into immense wealth and privilege, and he was always meant for greatness. Being the fourth son of Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, the ruler of Qatar during that period, his journey to power was not always guaranteed. Yet, in the background, a more ambitious scheme was taking shape. From the opulent palaces of Doha to the prestigious corridors of Harrow School in London, Tamim obtained a top-tier education with British nobility and future world leaders. He subsequently trained at the Sandhurst Military Academy, emulating British royals, honing his strategic thinking and getting ready for a fate that would forever alter the trajectory of Qatar's history. Subsequently, in a surprising turn of events, on June 25, 2013, his father relinquished the throne, transferring authority to a 33-year-old Sheikh Tamim. This was not a typical transition. It signified the youngest ruler in the Arab world, assuming authority over one of the richest countries globally. But how would he utilize this newly acquired power? Picture starting each day with the knowledge that you possess a vast empire at your command, and not just any empire, but one supported by the world's third-largest natural gas reserves. Sheikh Tamim doesn't merely manage wealth, he governs the energy that powers the contemporary world. Whenever a plane departs, a city skyline illuminates, or a factory manufactures the newest high-tech devices, there's a high likelihood that Qatari gas is supporting it. With Qatar's GDP exceeding $335 billion, Sheikh Tamim exerts a distinct form of influence that reaches well beyond the Gulf area. While certain leaders gauge their riches in oil barrels, Sheikh Tamim's wealth is assessed in worldwide impact. His financial empire encompasses more than just energy. It is a sprawling network of strategic investments affecting every part of the globe. Central to this dominance is the Qatar Investment Authority, QIA, a financial powerhouse founded in 2005 to guarantee that Qatar's vast wealth would never rely on one resource. Via QIA, Sheikh Tamim has invested billions acquiring shares in some of the most sought-after assets globally. Picture owning a controlling interest in Harrods, the most esteemed luxury department store in London, frequented by royalty and billionaires. A $1.5 billion investment in the Empire State Building, the ultimate icon of American capitalism. Prime properties in Beverly Hills, Paris, and Monaco, where the global elite reside in unparalleled opulence. Qatar also possesses a portion of Heathrow Airport, which means that whenever a person arrives in London, they are entering Tamim's realm. Next is Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, a football club that was struggling until Qatari wealth turned it into a worldwide giant. This goes beyond sports. It concerns authority, status, and impact. Featuring stars such as Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, PSG is more than just a team. It's a declaration that Qatar has a place on the global scene. But what motivates a small desert country to invest billions in football? The solution is straightforward. Sports have become the new arena for worldwide supremacy. While the Al Thani family's real estate holdings are remarkable, their personal indulgences surpass all expectations. Sheikh Tamim doesn't merely possess mansions, he possesses palaces. His $140 million estate in London is truly remarkable, featuring gold-plated ceilings, subterranean bunkers, and security comparable to that of global leaders. However, that's only one of his numerous houses. In Paris, he possesses an expansive mansion from the 19th century, whereas in Doha, his vast palace complex extends for miles, protected by top-tier security personnel. Sheikh Tamim's passion for opulence includes his cars, boasting a collection that would make even the richest collectors envious. His garage contains bespoke Bugattis, Ferraris, and Lamborghinis, many of which are unique models crafted just for him. However, it doesn't end there. His assortment also features gold-plated Rolls-Royces and armored SUVs equipped with cutting-edge technology. It's not merely about luxury, it's about complete supremacy in riches. Then there's his collection of private jets. Flying commercially is not an option when you possess a $400 million Boeing 747 featuring marble bathrooms, gold-trimmed interiors, and lavish suites more opulent than a five-star hotel. He possesses several Airbus A320s, all tailored for ultra-exclusive journeys, be it for official trips or personal enjoyment. However, the most astonishing exhibition of wealth might be Sheikh Tamim's enthusiasm for mega yachts. His $400 million super yacht, Qatar, is not merely a floating mansion. It's a floating palace, featuring gold-plated stairways, a personal cinema, a wellness center, and a helicopter landing pad. This yacht is suited for a leader who governs a worldwide dominion. However, if a single yacht isn't sufficient, there's also Al Lusail, an innovative 400-foot-long creation, featuring personal attendants, a concealed conference room, and covert security measures to guarantee total privacy. Next, there's Pearl Qatar, a $15 billion man-made island created as a paradise for the extremely wealthy. Imagine canals reminiscent of Venice, opulent villas, and elite resorts, all designed to create a personal paradise for the emir and his inner circle. In this space, Sheikh Tamim welcomes global leaders, famous personalities, and wealthy individuals, all amidst an atmosphere that exudes authority, elegance, and sheer opulence. For Sheikh Tamim, prosperity goes beyond luxury. It involves transforming global politics and culture. He doesn't merely govern a nation, he shapes narratives, affects policies, and determines economic trends worldwide. By owning Al Jazeera, Sheikh Tamim wields power over one of the most influential media empires globally. This network serves not only as a news outlet, but also as a tool of influence, able to influence public opinion, affect elections, and transform Middle Eastern politics. Al Jazeera has played a crucial role in redefining global dialogue. Through strategic reporting, it has contested Western narratives while positioning Qatar as a prominent player in global matters. However, Sheikh Tamim's influence goes beyond media. His thoughtful investments in education have integrated Qatar profoundly into the core of the world's most esteemed institutions. Billions have been invested in universities such as Georgetown, Cornell, and University College London, securing Qatar's impact on the thoughts of upcoming policymakers, business leaders, and global figures. Through these partnerships, Qatar gains not only reputation, but also a flow of loyalty from those who will eventually influence global choices. Additionally, there's sports diplomacy, one of Sheikh Tamim's most strategic maneuvers for power. Welcoming the FIFA World Cup in 2022 was not merely a national festivity, it was a proclamation of superiority. By investing more than $220 billion, surpassing any nation in history, he made Qatar the focal point of global interest. From advanced stadiums to lavish fan experiences, each aspect showcased Qatar's affluence and aspirations. The globe observed in amazement as a small desert country stepped into the limelight, demonstrating that wealth, when utilized properly, can change the course of history. By means of media, education, and sports, Sheikh Tamim has established Qatar as a formidable power in international matters. However, along with significant power comes heightened examination. To what extent will Sheikh Tamim go to maintain Qatar's ongoing supremacy? Yet beneath the shine and allure exists a realm of secrecy, conflict for power, and debate. For many years, Qatar's vast fortune has been shrouded in intrigue, with rumors of billions concealed in offshore accounts, covert financial networks, and holdings dispersed across various continents. The Al Thani family has perfected the practice of fiscal confidentiality, safeguarding their wealth from intrusive scrutiny. What is genuinely understood about the extent of their riches, and how much is intentionally concealed from view? However, this wealth has not arrived without its detractors. Qatar's swift ascent to international prominence has relied on migrant workers, many of whom journeyed thousands of miles seeking prosperity, only to discover themselves ensnared in a system of difficult labor conditions. The construction surge preceding the 2022 FIFA World Cup attracted global attention, with reports detailing workers facing intense heat, long hours, and restricted rights under Qatar's notorious kafala system. However, Sheikh Tamim's influence reaches well beyond his country's limits. He's not merely a leader, he's a tactician in a crucial geopolitical chess match. Qatar has been charged with utilizing its immense wealth to sway international politics, financing organizations that correspond with its strategic goals, and employing the Al Jazeera media network as a means to mold narratives throughout the Middle East East and elsewhere. Next, there's the careful balancing act in the Gulf area. In 2017, Qatar became isolated when Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain, and Egypt enacted a blockade, alleging that it was backing extremist factions and causing instability in the region. However, Sheikh Tamim strategically maneuvered his options, reinforcing partnerships with Turkey and Iran, broadening Qatar's economic influence, and ultimately coming out of the crisis even more resilient. Despite the debates, one truth stays evident: the Al Thani dynasty stands as one of the most influential, enigmatic, and resilient ruling families globally. However, as the world evolves and scrutiny increases, how long can a realm founded on oil, investments, and secrecy stay unassailable? In spite of the intense scrutiny, Sheikh Tamim has built a legacy that few can match. He has changed Qatar from a modest desert country into a worldwide superpower, employing wealth, diplomacy, and strategy to solidify his family's authority. However, his path is not solely focused on power. It encompasses reinvention, resilience, and the craft of influence. During his rule, Qatar has progressed beyond merely oil and gas. The nation has established itself as a financial giant, obtaining shares in Tesla, Tiffany & Company, Barclays Bank, Volkswagen, and various Hollywood studios. Sheikh Tamim has made certain that Qatar's name is not merely murmured in royal chambers, but resonates in boardrooms and stock markets around the globe. His skill in forming partnerships while maintaining independence has made Qatar a distinctive actor on the world stage. While other Gulf countries have firmly aligned themselves with specific blocs, Sheikh Tamim has balanced relationships, fostering strong ties with the West while also collaborating closely with China, Russia, and Turkey. It's a careful balancing act that has shielded Qatar from the challenges encountered by its neighbors. The FIFA World Cup was more than merely a sports event. It was a declaration. The vast $220 billion expenditure aimed to highlight Qatar's global significance, its preparedness to engage in international competition, and its capacity to transform sports diplomacy. Yet beneath the display, lingering questions exist. Was this indicative of enduring influence, or just a temporary show of opulence? As the globe moves towards renewable energy and diversifying economies, the question persists: will Qatar's oil and gas-reliant empire endure through time? Sheikh Tamim has launched significant investments in artificial intelligence, renewable energy, and tech startups, indicating a vision for the future. But can Qatar shift quickly enough before the currents alter? Amid political instability, energy shifts, and changing global markets, Sheikh Tamim's leadership represents a narrative of achievement and ambiguity. He has established an empire that attracts worldwide focus, but whether it will stay uncontested is still a question to be resolved. One thing is clear: the world is observing. What are your thoughts on Qatar's lavish riches? Share your opinions in the comments and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of the world's most influential individuals.